Thank you to you, Legislator Bailey, and your committee. Okay, we're back to the regular legislative meeting. The legislature is called to order. Will clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey. Here. Mr. Bendet.
Here.
Mr. Burns.
Here.
Mr. Casal.
Here.
Ms. Doran.
Present.
Mr. Fiacco.
Here.
Mr. Fleming.
Here.
Mr. Grant.
Present.
Mr. Grimm.
Here.
Mr. Harrington.
Present.
Ms. Hoffman.
Here.
Mr. Loveridge.
Here.
Mr. Patiri.
Here.
Mr. Peter.
Here.
Mr. Tessman.
Here.
Ms. Sullivan-Tita.
Present.
Ms. Weaver.
Here.
Mr. Wysocki.
Here.
Chairman Stammel.
Here.
19 present.
Okay. Mr. Grant, invocation, please.
Lord God, turn to you in these challenging times. Let your light glow in our hearts to give us patience and perseverance throughout this time of testing. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, Mr. Grimm.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm. Okay. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Move on to meeting of agendas, presentation of petitions,
On file,
presentation of communications,
on file,
reports of commissions,
on file,
department reports,
on file.
local laws. I'm sorry.
There's one tonight.
Okay, reports to standing committees. That's on file. We already did that. Index of resolutions.
First one on the agenda is the local law, a local law of the County of Rensselaer establishing an Emergency First Responders Protection Act. This is introduced by Chairman Stammel, legislators Hoffman, Harrington, Grimm, and Doran, and this is a roll call. Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Bendet.
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
Yes.
Mr. Casal.
Yes.
Ms. Doran.
Aye.
Mr. Fiacco.
Aye.
Mr. Fleming.
I explained my vote,
Yes, sir.
Chairman. Been a first responder since 1977, worked professionally, and I worked yesterday in that capacity. State law 240-26 is what's quoted in here, and this is just redundancy to me. Unnecessarily been a problem in Rensselaer County, and I don't believe this thing is anything. I'm voting no.
Mr. Grant.
Aye.
Mr. Grimm.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I think I'm going to refer to the advice of my colleague, Mr. Fleming, who is first responder and has had a career with that. And, I mean, if it's redundant, maybe the position we could just have on the floor tonight. I'm going to vote no. Thank you.
Mr. Harrington.
Aye.
Ms. Hoffman.
Aye.
Mr. Loveridge.
Yes.
Mr. Patiri. Mr. Peter.
Yes.
Mr. Tessman.
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan-Tita.
Yes.
Ms. Weaver.
Yes.
Mr. Wysocki.
Yes.
Chairman Stammel.
Yes, comment first. It's only to the point that it's, by law, I think we're supposed to pass a resolution in regards to this every 4 or 5 years, I think. And other than that, you're probably right. It's something we've done time and time again. But it's only other than law to show that we recognize that we have an Emergency First Responders Protection Act, and if we need to change it or amend it, we could do so. But my vote would be yes. Thank you.
17 ayes, 2 noes.
Moving on, P 31420.
P 31420, resolution commending the Volunteer Fire Company of Center Brunswick upon the occasion of their 75th anniversary, introduced by legislators Casal, Harrington, Tessman, and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor?
Legislators Harrington, Whiteside, Peter, and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 31620.
P 31620, resolution recognizing October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Fiaco and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 31720.
P 31720, resolution recognizing the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, introduced by legislators Hoffman, Grant, and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 31820.
P 31820, resolution recognizing October 2020 as National Bullying Prevention Month, introduced by Chairman Stammel and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 31920.
P 31920, resolution commending firefighter Keith McDermott for his distinguished service to the Troy Fire Department, introduced by legislators Grimm, Doran, Burns, Fleming, Sullivan, Tito, Weaver, and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. So moved.
19 ayes.
P 32020.
P 32020, resolution urging Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, to rescind his order lowering flags to half-mast, introduced by legislators Stammel, Hoffman, Loveridge, Harrington, Bailey, Bendet, Cassell, Fiaco, Grant, Patiri, Peter, Testman, Wysocki, Fleming, and Sullivan Tita.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? 3 nays.
Is there, you're a no too? 15 ayes, 4 noes.
P 32120.
P 32120, resolution urging Governor Cuomo and the New York State Legislature to release state funding and stop the delay on contract with the Commission on Economic Development, introduced by legislators Stammel and the entire legislative body.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. 1 abstention.
On the
Two.
urging, this is the one that's urging for just the release of the money, but there's no dollar amount. It's a P.
So you,
If- So the 4 abstentions, you're gonna abstain? Okay. So 18 ayes and 2 abstentions.
okay.
17, sorry.
So we'll take everyone we get.
Okay.
P 32220.
P 32220, resolution urging the federal government and the New York State to release funding for the 2021 public school budget for Rensselaer County, introduced by Chairman Stammel and the entire legislative body. This is as amended in special rules.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 32320.
G 32320, classifying action to undertake a certain project as a Class 2 action not subject to seeker review, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question. All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. Okay, 32420.
G 32420, resolution of the County of Rensselaer, New York, authorizing the negotiation, execution, and delivery of Phase 3 energy performance contract and related agreements with Siemens Industry, Inc., Building Technologies Division for improvements at the Van Rensselaer Manor Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 32520.
G 32520, bond resolution of the County of Rensselaer, New York, authorizing the issuance of $4 million serial bonds to finance the cost of the construction of the Rensselaer County Fire Tower, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question? Nope.
Are we not doing
A roll call.
because it's fine?
Oh, it's bonding, yes.
Thank you, Phil. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bendet?
Yes.
Mr. Cassell? Mr. Fiaco?
Yes.
Mr. Grant? Mr. Harrington?
Aye.
Mr. Loveridge?
Yes.
Mr. Patiri?
Yes.
Mr. Peter?
Yes.
Mr. Testman?
Yes.
Mr. Wysocki?
Yes.
Ms. Hoffman?
Yes.
Ms. Doran?
No.
Mr. Fleming?
Say
Thank you.
Mr. Grimm?
No.
Ms. Weaver?
No.
Mr. Burns?
No.
Ms. Sullivan Tita?
No.
Chairman Stammel?
Yes.
13 ayes, 6 noes.
Thank you. G, 32720.
G 32620, resolution authorizing a
2620.
contract accepting a grant award from the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services and amending the 2020 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Public Defender and Conflict Defender, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes,
So moved. Now we'll do G, 32620.
3.
27, yeah. You.
G 32720, resolution amending resolutions G 19419 and G 9820 in relation to the agreements for design, engineering, and construction support services related to the fire training tower facilities, central services, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 32820.
G 32820, resolution amending resolution number G 24020 for the miscellaneous plan improvements in aeration system upgrade projects, Rensselaer County Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 32920.
G 32920, resolution authorizing the purchase of a standalone laboratory-grade microbiological incubator, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? So moved.
19 ayes.
G, 33020.
G 33020, resolution authorizing the purchase of a large incoming pressure-reducing valve, Rensselaer County Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33120.
G 33120, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Empire State Development and the execution of a sub-award agreement and amending the 2020 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, County Executive, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
15 ayes, 4 abstentions, Mr. Stammel, Mr. Grimm, Ms. Doran, and Mr. Fleming.
So moved. G, 33220.
G 33220, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33320.
G 33320, resolution authorizing an agreement for the 911 recording system annual maintenance and support Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33420.
G 33420, resolution authorizing the purchase of emergency communications equipment Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33520.
G 33520, resolution authorizing the purchase of emergency communication equipment Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33620.
G 33620, resolution authorizing an extension of the term of a grant agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? So moved.
19 ayes.
G, 33720.
G 33720, resolution authorizing the extension of a term of a grant agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33820.
G 33820, resolution accepting grant funding from the New York State Department of Health for the Children and Youth with Special Care Needs Grant Program, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bendet, Cassell, and Doran.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 33920.
G 33920, resolution amending the 2020 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and County Attorney, introduced grant funding from the New York State Department of Health and amending the 2020 adopted Rensselaer County budget, Department of Health and Mental Health, introduced by legislators Grant, Testman, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34120.
G 34120, resolution authorizing contracts with various municipalities for snow and ice removal, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34220.
G 34220, resolution authorizing execution of a supplemental agreement for engineering services, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34320.
G 34320, resolution authorizing a contract with Absolute Fire Protection for sprinkler inspections and maintenance, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34420.
G 34420, resolution amending the 2020 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and County Attorney, introduced by legislators Testman, Grant, and Weaver.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34520.
G 34520, resolution authorizing contracts for telecom and broadband services, Department of Central Services and BRIS, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34620.
G 34620, resolution authorizing a telecommunications maintenance contract for the county office building and courthouse complex, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stammel, and Grimm.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34720.
G 34720, a resolution approving modification of a contract award for Hudson Valley Community College Lang Technical Building renovations, general constructions, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Casal, Bendet, and Doran.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34720.
G 34820, resolution
4820, there we
approving contract award for Hudson Valley Community College Lang Technical Building renovations, asbestos abatement, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Casal, Bendet, and Doran.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 34920.
P 34920,
349, yeah.
resolution adjourning the Rensselaer County Legislative Meeting honoring the life of Elaine C. Hohenberg, introduced by legislators Grimm, Doran, Burns, Fleming, Sullivan, Tito, Weaver, and the entire legislative body.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 35020.
G 35020, resolution authorizing the purchase of gravel and ice control sand, Highway Department,
On the
introduced
question?
by Chairman Stammel.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your bid?
Bid away, buddy.
My vote. You know, this 350, purchase of gravel and ice control sand is a little different from past practice. I mean, we've always, probably at least for the last 20 years, had dollar amounts listed next to each one of the bidders. But if you go over the past practices, I should say, also, in many instances, the estimates weren't very accurate. Now, the reason for that is much of the gravel, pretty much all the ice control sand is being picked up by our own people, our own trucks. So, the highway department always has selected, so we go to the pit owned by the different things. There's 6 of them on here. Some of them own pits on the north end of the county, some on the center, some on the southern end, some of them own more than one pit. So we've always found it very cost effective to go to the nearest pit. We look at the bids, go to the nearest pit and buy from that pit because the cost of hauling that material from the low bidder is more expensive in the end than going to the pit that's supposed to buy the job site. So we've taken out the estimates. As I said, they weren't that accurate anyway. But we do have the third whereas, I think, explains it. And the last part of that whereas says, it's telling us we'll look at that where I think that's a very important part of this resolution, and it's something that, every time we buy one of these materials, we check the lowest cost. I mean, it's cost effective to buy from someone that's maybe the second lowest bidder, and that's where we're gonna go because it's in the area. But I still don't want you to say, well, I don't wanna wind up buying nothing from the low bidder. The low bidder is in the center of the county, and so I think we need to take this distance thing into real consideration when we buy. So I will be voting affirmative to that, and I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. Thank you for that explanation, Legislator Harrington. On the question? Any more? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 350-120.
G 35120, resolution authorizing an agreement for site and foundation work for the
Fire tower.
Rensselaer County Fire Training Complex Central Services, introduced by Chairman Stammel.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 352-20.
G 35220, resolution authorizing the purchase of office furniture related to Office of Victim Services District Attorney, introduced by Chairman Stammel.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 353-20.
G 35320, resolution amending the 2020 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Highway Department, introduced by Chairman Stammel.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed? That was part of